All right, so I'm continuing to work on this head. Creating a good divot here, might even cut through for the ear is really important. Remember, the ears come just off the eyes. Remember, I've pinched this little neck out of the existing clay and created this little ledge. I'd like to put a little bit more of a neck on there. Probably not quite the amount of neck that's on that piece, but I need to make sure I've got everything how I want it, because once I get that neck on there, I'm not gonna be able to reach inside. So I'm gonna rush this piece a bit because it's time for me to start doing some other demos for other classes, and this can be very time consuming. Thing with an ear is, remember, it has a lot of dimension, right? I'm almost poking that pencil right through it, and it has all these folds that kind of lead down almost like a spiral funnel down into the middle, and then it really becomes part of the head on the front side. So unless you have a really good hole made, your ears are going to appear like they're stuck on the side, and you want them to appear more part of. So you can slip and score this on there and then kind of work the ear into the form a little bit as you go. All right, that's not a very good ear, but as I said, I need to get on with some other work. So then speaking of this neck, that's of next importance. If you were looking to kind of finish this up, you basically want to make kind of a, I would not recommend putting tall necks on these pieces. They're going to be top heavy, and necks really aren't that long anyway. But you really want to make a long, skinny, rectangular slab, and you need it to be really thick. Now, if this slab is really wet and you're trying to set this whole head on top of it, it's going to smush it, all right? So you need to also consider that. Now, I'm trying to get enough slab here so that I can get all the way around that, and I've nearly got it, all right? I'm going to drop it on its edges to make it kind of thicker. And then I'm really going to look at, what do I actually have here? Does not need to be that big. So now check it out. I overlap this, right? Overlap that. Nice and thick. See how nice and thick that is? And then I can cut this at an angle-ish, all right? Bit of an angle. Some slip. Some good healthy scoring. And then I'm really gonna put that so I can take the material from one and push it over the other. All right, now I've just made this. I would most likely want to let this set up so that it could hold the weight. All right, now if I'm not going to let it sit up so it could hold the weight, and look, it's already a little too big, isn't it? So I even have to what? I got to take more away. I have to make it smaller, so you can see how it's going to be very much constricted, right? So I'm going to have a hard time reaching into this. So that's another reason that before you go and connect this, you want to make sure that you're done reaching inside of your head. Of course, you could always make a hole at the top too, and we'll talk about that as well. I want to make sure this is really well together. And you can start to think about if it is as much. You can always cut it and change it. It looks a little funny right now, but I can manipulate it later. So what I'll need to do then, and I made this really thick, and this clay is pretty stiff. What I'll need to do then is, I've got a nice little ridge here for it to sit on, is I'll need to do some good slipping and scoring, right? Provided you were ready to put your neck on. I'm just pretending I'm ready. Really good scoring all the way around. Both pieces. All right, ideally I would have let this piece, the neck piece, kind of set up a little bit before attaching it, because this is going to smush into it too much. Now my head is fairly set up. I could, turn this upside down and put it on there. I'm just going to stick it on there. And then once again, what you want to do anytime you're seaming something together is you want to take the material from one and pull it over the other, all right? Now, these are a fairly similar consistency. The head's maybe a little bit drier, so again, I probably should have let that neck piece set up a little bit, but you can see how I'm pushing some of that material over, all right? That's really critical. So, you know, am I where I want to be with this as a finished product? No, I'm not. Am I getting closer? Yes. So that's, you know, that's what you want to think about as you're kind of building these pieces is, you know, how far can I take it? The other thing is if I make that neck too skinny, it's really gonna be top heavy and want to fall over. So I'm getting there. I've got some adjustments to make. I can still kind of reach in here with a tool to push things out. Again, I wouldn't have put that neck on there until I was really ready to do so. The nose still needs some work. I need a lot of work all over the place, all right? But getting closer and closer. All right.